Okay. Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Journey to Success, our final Journey to Success for 2021. And, it is so awesome. This year has ended, is coming to an end already. Has been such an amazing time with all the various guests throughout the year. My name is Sharice Job Lewis, and I'm your host for Journey to Success. And tonight, rather, we have with us none other than Isabel Nanin and of Phoenix Coaching and Training. And about a couple of weeks ago, I did an Isabel interviewed me. And so the tables have turned, and now I am interviewing Isabel. And we have been really, really excited about, this session. And so, Isabel, welcome, welcome, welcome to our to Journey to Success.
Well, thank you very much, Cherise, for inviting me. And it's fantastic to be with you tonight and all our audience. So thank you again.
Oh, my pleasure. And Isabel, you were saying that I'm one of your first from the Caribbean in terms of guests, and you're my first guest from who has originated from Europe.
Exactly.
And yes, and my first guest about who lives in Ecuador, and we're gonna hear about that story also tonight. So Isabel, tell us a little bit about who is Isabel.
Right. Isabel is French, so from Europe. She studied trade business. And because her English was so bad, she decided to go to England for 4 months. And she stayed 14 years, right?
Wow.
So she actually worked in different industries, but mainly in the steel industry. And she traveled. She had a fantastic job, but one day she just thought, what is next? What do I really want in my life? And I was very lucky because in the company I was working for, the owner, a man, believed in women. All the key jobs were actually handled by women. Quality, purchasing, sales, all of them.
Right.
And that really inspired me. It really empowered me. But I just thought, that's it. That's something I've done now, and I want to do something else. And I remembered when I was younger that I wanted to go to South America. So I started backpacking in South America for 5 months on my own, and ended up in Ecuador. Fell in love with this little country stuck between Colombia and Peru. Beautiful, but very diverse. And I just thought, I love it here. And I just thought, why not help women to be empowered as well, the same way that I was empowered in England. Right. So that's why now I'm a coach. I'm a women's empowerment coach. I help them to find their true self, get their confidence back. So that's who I am.
Wow. Yes, that's a lot, Isabel. You went from Paris to that speaks French to England that speaks English, and then now to Ecuador, which speaks Spanish. So you clearly speak at least 3 languages, at least. Do you speak any more than 3? Than those 3?
I tried German. That's not for me. I tried Mandarin. Oh, even worse. So I will stick to 3. That would be
but you have the 3 main ones down. So
exactly. I can get by.
Definitely. And that is awesome, in terms of what you have shared. But what you said that you, in terms of your journey, what you do is you empower women. What was your journey like to discovering you wanted to empower women? What was that journey like in terms of coming that, hey, this is what I need, I want to do? Moving from
Um,
steel industry to empowering women is a huge jump. So, what was that journey like?
Basically, even when I was little, I used to help kids. I used to help little kids. And even when I was working in sales, I was always helping people. And
Mhm.
working in the last company I worked for in England, um, I just felt empowered. And I just thought, if I can do it, everybody or every woman on earth can do it.
Right.
Having the choice to decide for themselves, having the choice to say no when they don't want to do something, get the confidence to live the life they really want, they deserve. And
Mhm.
that's what empowered me. And when I left England, where I had a fantastic job, and everybody was just like, "What are you doing?" And I just said, "No, that's not what I want. I want to help women to grow. I want them to grow and fulfill their dreams as I've done all my life. Thinking I can do it. I've got the power to do it. I've got everything, the resources, the skills, the talent. We've got them inside us, but we don't know how to find them. And sometimes we lack of confidence, self-esteem, and uh, and that's why I'm here in a way.
Right.
That's my passion. You know, when a client says to me, "Wow, I'm worth something," I'm just like, "Yes, that's it." So what is the next step?
Right. Right. So what are some, as you spoke about your clients saying, wow, coming to that place of realizing who they are and understanding, more about who, what they're doing and so forth. What are some of the key issues you've seen coming out of your time as a woman empowerment coach? What are some of the issues that you've seen, the main issues you've seen?
Well, first, lack of clarity. That's they're stuck. They ring me and they just say, "I'm stuck in my life. Isabel, help me." So trying to get
Hmm.
out of the wood. Then fear. I want to
Hmm.
do something, but I'm scared. Confidence, self-confidence, thinking I will never do it. I'm stupid. And sometimes it comes from a stupid comment they heard when they were little,
Right.
or saying as well, "Well, you're a girl. Well, get married." I've heard
Hmm.
that.
Yep.
So and sometimes as well, putting their dreams in a drawer and they throw the key and they don't know where the key is and they forget
Wow.
themselves.
Wow. Wow.
That's basically what I've found as common in
The
my
main
clients.
issues. Because the thing is that those issues are not unique to just Ecuador. These are things that are all over the world that are plaguing a lot of women, in terms of fulfilling their dreams. Okay, I've been brought up to just get married and have babies, and that's it. That's my purpose in life. So if it is that I want to do more in life, no, that's not for you. And it's literally out of bounds for a lot of women, or
Mhm.
the whole issue of fear and feeling afraid that, to step out. The unknown is something that really, really
Scary.
frightens people, in terms of not knowing what is behind that door, what is behind door number two, and so as a result of that, it makes them feel like I'm not going to venture there. I could lose
Mhm.
money. I could lose, persons could end up not laugh, well, they could end up laughing at me.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
Mhm.
persons can end up laughing at me, or so many different things can go through their minds. And sometimes I tell people, okay, that is so what about, instead of moving from the negative what ifs, what about the positive what ifs?
Exactly. And if it works, if it worked, can you imagine
That's
the
that's
magical thing?
Yes. what if it actually works? You know,
Exactly.
what if you succeed? You know, let's think about those instead. So it really is important to what you're talking about. These are issues that plague women all over the world, all over the
Yes,
world.
and it is a shame because they wake up one day thinking, "What have I done with my life?"
Yeah,
Right? And sometimes they get emotional blackmail. For example, here in Ecuador, sometimes they get from the family, but you've got kids. Why do you want to get a promotion? Why
mm,
don't we have both?
right.
So
Yes,
it's
and
possible. It's just a way to get organized, to get like support,
yes,
and I mean, in a couple, we are two, so in that case, getting help from the husband and getting help from the family as well.
that's right.
And so that lady can fulfill her dream and be happy. And if she's happy, everybody will be happy around her.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. If she's fulfilled, then everybody's gonna feel, hey, sometimes it even gets to the point where persons think that if it is a woman is around baby making age, they're a little skeptical to hire them because of maybe she will go and get pregnant, then we'll have to have maternity leave and these sorts of things. And so empowering women, that's something that we need so many more empowerment coaches like yourself, and I really want to congratulate you on doing that, because we really have a lot of women in the world who feel like less than nothing. I was in a session just on Sunday, and women were saying that sometimes I ask them, what are some of the thoughts that are in their minds? What is it that they think? What negative thoughts? And some of them were saying that they're not worth it, they're
Mm-hmm.
not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even think they're worth success. And that there is so sad that when if you don't think you're worth it, that means
Yeah,
you're definitely not going to do anything about it.
exactly, because you believe it instead of
Yeah.
saying, I am worth it. And sometimes what I do, I use an exercise where it's like looking back at what
Mhm.
we've achieved. We all go through difficult situations, but we always learn. So, what did we learn in
Right.
that situation? We came out of it and usually stronger. We are getting more resilient. So, having a look back at what we've achieved and what we went through and what we learned and what we actually became, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes we are amazed of the list. I mean, I remember one client, I just said to her, I would like you to make a list of good things about you. She found five, Sheris, only five. And then I started asking questions. So in sports, who is Marion? In At work, what do they say about you? And we finished with 25. And
Wow.
she even said to me at the end, you know what? Actually, I could be friends with myself.
Wow.
So I was really pleased at the end because she just said to me, well, I didn't realize that I had all those qualities.
Wow. Yeah. So from 5, she went to 25.
Yes.
And I'm sure that list wasn't finished as yet. If
No,
you had probably
no,
put
because
some.
I gave her the exercise to carry on. And even when she was doing something and she had
Uh-huh.
learned something, write down, carry on the list.
Wow. Wow. That is awesome. That is awesome. There's so many women in so many situations. One of the things someone said is that they don't even like themselves. And you're saying now this woman is saying that she can be friends with herself, but a lot of women don't even like themselves. They think one of the things persons were saying is that they think they don't even think that they are beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
They don't think that they're beautiful. And when we looked at it, it was because they were told they weren't
Yes.
beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
They were ugly, and just, I mean, so many things that that women go through. And so there are so many issues that need to be dealt with, in terms of um, looking at the whole empowering of women and so forth. So yeah, I want to encourage you to keep up the
Oh, and I love it. It's a passion for me. When somebody says to me, wow, I've learned something, or I've realized that I'm doing something my mom used to do, but I don't like it. And I'm just like, why don't you change your habit? Why don't, at least you've recognized it. Now you've
yes,
got the choice. You've got the choice, you carry on or you change.
that's
And
right.
let's see what's going to happen when you change. That's when the magic starts, you know,
Yes, that's
because you
right.
open doors, you open new opportunities.
That's right. That's right. I hope that you're talking to somebody tonight or who will listen to the recording. Hey, you don't like what you see? Change it.
Exactly.
Change it.
Exactly. We have the
Yes.
power to create our life. So
Amen.
let's take it.
Yes. That's right. We
So
have
yeah.
that power. That's right. That's right. So,
And go on.
sorry, go ahead. You were saying
No,
something
I
else.
was I was saying as well that I had a client who said to me, "I can't say no," and I'm just like, "Why not?" And I don't know. I don't want to have a conflict with a person, and I'd rather put them first. And I just said, "But what about you?"
Mm-hmm.
Once again, putting people first. So I gave her an exercise, and I just said to her, "Right, between today and next session, I want you to say no to 20 people." Big hands like that. And I just said, you say no when you really don't want to do it. And I just said to her, you've got alternatives as well to just say, let me think about it. You don't have to make a decision straight away. And then you
Right.
can go back and just say, well, I don't have time, or, thank you very much, but I'm not really interested. You just think about yourself as well.
I love the polite no's that you mentioned there. You know, uh, thank you. I'm not very interested. It
Exactly.
doesn't have to be no. It's
Exactly. It's not for me. It's not for me. But thank you very much for thinking about me. Always thanking the person, but just
yeah.
say, well, you know what? That's not really what I want to do. So thank you very much. Next time, maybe. Uh,
Maybe next time. Yes, that I love that. I love that. Because we don't have to be rude with it. There
no,
there are nice ways of saying of just standing for your rights. And I was telling somebody that recently, that you don't have to be, as we say in TNT, plain talk bad manners.
hmm
Right? I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
no,
It,
it's
it
very true. You don't have to be bad mannered.
Yeah, you don't have to be like that. You can be very polite and just say, I appreciate the offer, but I'm not able to.
Exactly.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So I love, and that's a no. But she able to do
Yes.
the 20 no's. The
She
no's.
did. She actually did. And I asked her, I said, well, how did you feel? Because you know that the first one is always the most difficult one to do, the
Right.
first step. So she said to me, oh, the first one, difficult. The second one, a bit less difficult. And afterwards, that was fine. And I just said, well, was it that difficult? Did you get conflicts with the person you said no to? And she said, no, actually, they didn't say anything. They just accepted my decision. And I'm just like, here we go. But you need to express what you want.
That's right.
Otherwise, people can't. They're not psychic. They're not going to know if you don't want to do it, but you say yes
Hmm.
for whatever reason. So just express yourself nicely and just say, you know what? No, I'm not available. I can't do it. Or well, no, I can't do it. That's it.
Yeah. And the world will not end.
No, that's true. But you know what? World will not end, but the person who says no when she really means no or feels that it's a no, she will
Hmm.
feel so much um, better, liberated, not feeling doing something against her will. So I feel like it's just like a big weight off the shoulder.
Exactly. Exactly. I love it. I love it. So I think you would have hinted to it throughout what you have said so far. But I because I did this interview understanding your why, I would like for you to say, what is your why? What is your why in terms of when you do these things?
Well, my why really is because I want to serve women because I feel that they're not at the right place, right?
Right.
They do so many things, right, for the family, for the husband, the kids, the family, the work, and everything, juggle so many things, and they forget themselves. That's
Right.
my why. I want them to reclaim themselves and take in the world, being able to do what they want to do. And I want to go back to what you said about some employers thinking, no, I'm not going to employ a woman because she's going to be pregnant. But I can tell those employers women work harder than men. So they're wrong.
They're very wrong.
So I want them to feel free, to stop being afraid of stepping out of their comfort zone, or I would even say to expand their comfort zone, because there are so many opportunities outside the comfort zone, and because I lived it in a way. I'm the experience of it, where from France I moved to England, and I can tell you my English was so basic, and I hated the phone. When you don't see people and you can't talk, and it's just like the phone. So I had to learn a different language, different culture. Same here. I had to do the same. But you know
Wow.
what? I was scared to start with. And I'm so happy because, for example, here it's my true home. I found my home. And if I hadn't taken the first step, I would have been miserable in the life I was. I mean, okay, I had a good job, I had a house, but I was miserable. I would go home and just think, what am I doing in this life? You know? So sometimes it takes like courage, true, but it's so magical at the end. And I want them to feel that they've got the choice. That's a why as well. We all have the choice. When
Yeah.
I listen to people complaining, I'm just like, well, what can you do to change the situation?
Hmm. Hmm.
Create your life. And that's why I want them to feel happy, to be fulfilled as I am, to be ready to take challenges, and because they can do it. I want them to believe in themselves. Everything is possible. That's my why.
Wow. Thanks for sharing that, Isabel. Wow. Yeah, I can feel the passion behind what you're saying about your why.
Well, after each session, Cherise, a coaching session, I'm just like, yes, I could eat the world, as we say in Spanish.
How do you say that in Spanish?
Comerse el mundo.
Okay. Comerse el mundo.
Exactly.
Wow. Yeah, because it doesn't feel like work. It feels like, hey, this is what I've been born to do when you're doing what it is, when you're walking in that why.
And that's really funny that what you say, because when I decided to be a coach, everybody was just like, well, that's obvious. And I was just like, why is that obvious? Because the way you are, the way you always help people. And I got in touch with a friend I hadn't seen for 30 years, even more than that. And I told her I was a coach and helping women. And she just said, oh, that's you. And she said, why it's me? And she just said, well, even at the university, you used to do that anyway. So,
Wow.
so that was just like I didn't know at the time.
So
But
everybody was seeing it except you.
exactly. But that's usually the case.
Yes, you're taking this big step and it's like a big revelation to you. And you're like,
Uh-huh.
yes, so I'm sharing this with you now that I'm going into this. And you're like, oh, okay. And you're like, am I the last to know this or something?
That's what happened. So and that's why I love women. They've got so many strengths and they don't know it.
Yeah.
And I
Wow.
want them to know that they are powerful, that they can do whatever they choose to do, to desire to do, with kids or no kids, because they've got the choice.
Yes. So for those who are listening, do you hear that? You are powerful. Those women who are listening, you are powerful and you have the choice to make a difference in your life. You have it within you. Isabel says so. Yes.
Exactly. Look at me, for example, when I was stuck in England, I just thought, okay, what's next? And I listened to my heart, honestly. And I just remembered, hey, when you were 18, everybody in France wanted to go to the States. And I was just like, no, 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 I want to go to South America. And I did it. I went
Wow.
to South America, and here I am after 12 years in Ecuador, in Quito. And I fulfilled a dream. So now the next dream is to carry on coaching ladies, women, so they can do the same. And sometimes people say to me, "You inspire me," and I'm just like, "I hope I can inspire you, and you will inspire somebody else, and that's
That's
going to be
right.
like a chain."
Yes.
And don't feel afraid. That's what I would say. Don't feel afraid. Surround yourself with positive people, because sometimes, unfortunately, our environment is not very positive. Sometimes we get a bit of emotional blackmail.
Mm-hmm.
But always think, okay, get somebody who's very positive, who will be there when you fall, will kick your backside to just stand up again and try again.
Yeah.
You need that person you can talk to and who will be there for you when you need it.
Yes. Yeah.
And follow your dreams. Follow your dreams, because nobody else will do it.
That's right. That's right. You, you said something about emotional blackmail. It's the second time I've heard you. Can you say a little bit more about what exactly is emotional blackmail?
For example, as I was saying, for example, you want a promotion because you feel like in the company you're working for, you have the capacity. But you've got kids, and the family around will say to you, but if you get that promotion, you're going to spend more time at work, and you're going to spend less time with your kids. You're going
Right.
to be a bad mom. No, that's not fair. That's not fair.
Wow.
That's a bit
Yes.
of an emotional blackmail, right?
Emotional blackmail. Wow.
So
Wow.
making you feel bad, so you don't do it. And I don't think it's fair, because, as I said to you, you can talk to your in-laws, you can talk to your mom and dad, or
Mhm.
find a way to get a nanny. Because when you are fulfilled as a woman, you are fulfilled in as a couple with your husband and with your kids. So,
Right.
and because if you step back, you're just going to feel stuck in a situation you will not be able to control, because obviously you will have been talked out of it by
Yeah.
your spouse or by your family, and you're just going to die inside.
Yeah.
So, so
Yeah.
that's what I call blackmail.
As I'm thinking now, sometimes, oh, you didn't cook today, because you're so busy, so therefore that is also emotional blackmail. So,
Exactly.
okay, to try to get you to reduce so that you can do what is seen as what the woman should do rather than doing what it is that you feel happy doing. Yeah.
Hmm.
So, yeah, that,
And trying as well as a mom to get maybe an hour a week or 2 hours a week just for yourself, right?
mm,
And take some time off for you. I don't know, going for a walk, having your nails done, and just to get something for you, and find somebody else to look after the kids.
yes,
Because it's very powerful as well. It's like self care, you know?
that's right. That's right. Uh, and sometimes it could be so bad that you do it to yourself. There are thoughts in your head that can tell you, hey, you should be doing this, that, the other, instead of just taking a moment to relax. And so your relaxation time comes this whole heap of thoughts in your head saying, oh, how can you be relaxing? You have this to do, you have that deadline to meet. And then
In a
you end up,
way, you feel guilty.
yeah, yeah. And you have to really tell them, shut up, just go
Uh-huh.
away.
Yeah, your inner critic just say, okay, that's enough. I'm not going to listen to you.
No,
Um,
no. Yeah, so that's interesting. Emotional blackmail, and something that we definitely have to look out for as women, emotional
exactly.
blackmail.
And getting help and communication is so important in a couple, for example. Just to say, you know what, I need a bit of time off. Can you help me with the kids just for an hour?
Yes.
And sharing the cooking, for example.
Mhm.
I think sharing is so important, and I don't know, while you're doing something relaxing, your husband can be cooking with the kids, and that's going to be
Yeah.
fun for the kids, something
Mhm.
different.
Yes.
Um, Trying to find sometimes just to recharge your batteries, because women in general, we tend to put the others first.
Yes. That's right. In addition to that, what I've seen is, in terms of, as a female professional, if it is that there is a male professional just like me, and if we are in a line for food or something, I noticed that the male professional is served
Yeah.
first and so forth. Or persons think, okay, you deal with the children, but if it is the father is around, they serve the father. But and all of these little things we don't
Mm-hmm.
even realize that we're doing
Mm-hmm.
to each other as women, you
Yes.
know all of these little things that we're doing in terms of, and I don't think it is intentional, but it's done, where the woman is, if once a woman is around, in some way, they are seen as, they are put back in some sort of setback, put back. I don't even know the words to describe it, but the man is always seen as,
Number one.
okay, we have to take care of the man, and the woman, okay, you see about yourself.
That's true. That's true. And it would be nice to change that, especially with kids,
Yes.
to say that they're equal,
Mm-hmm.
and they've got to cook the same way, and they've got to iron, for example,
That's
their
right.
shirts, or when everybody helps to clean the house, it could
That's right.
be everybody, or it should be everybody. So that's another thing as well, getting everybody involved, so nobody's left on the side, and it's
Yes.
usually the woman left on the side. So
Yes. Yes.
and sometimes I'm not saying that it's easy,
Mm-hmm.
um, but maybe slowly but surely trying to express and just say, you know what, I would like to do that course. What do you think about it? And
Right.
will you support me to do that course? So I will be busy taking the course, and can
Yes.
you look after the kids?
That's right.
And so trying to do something for yourself,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So
Yep.
because nobody else will do it.
That's right. That's right. And it is something that we have to train our children, as you said, train from our children, because sometimes we start with those kinds of biases from our children. Okay, you're the girl, you need to go do this, that, the other, and the boy gets to sit down and twiddle his
And play
thumbs
and play.
and play. Yes. Or the boy gets to push towards, hey, you need to go be an engineer or a doctor and so forth, and so you need to do that. And yes, the girl could do that, but in addition, she must learn how to do the cooking and the cleaning and so forth. And so we train the children in terms of those sorts of gender biases already. And then after, when they do them, they grow up doing these things because this is what they were trained to do. And then the cycle continues. But if it is that we can train our boys just like we train our girls, okay, the girl has to do these things, but so do you.
Exactly.
So do
Clean,
you.
clean your room, for
Yes.
example. So make your bed, just do it this way. And I was
Yeah,
reading an article about being a mom doesn't mean that you stop having a life,
that's right.
And one of the ladies in the article decided to write a book. And actually, she got the kids involved. And every night she would tell them what she was talking about and getting them involved. So it was like a surprise every night. So they would leave her alone to get in her office to write,
Mhm.
all day. They would not make noise. They would respect her time. And
Right.
after that, that was their time. So they
Yeah.
could share, you see?
Yes.
And they were getting involved in it.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, the different strategies that you see out there, it's amazing, but it's much better to train all everybody. Know that
yes.
everybody is equal. Everybody is, as you said, you can choose what you want to do. All everybody, male and female. It's not just for one gender. It's for all of us. Yeah. So yeah. How many
And
times have I
and
said it?
we have to start from
Mhm.
little, at school.
Yes. Yes.
Starting little and just saying, well, everybody has to chip in,
Right.
and not only because she's a girl, she's got to clean the house. No,
Mhm.
you've got to do it as well. And as well, another thing is to make it like fun. Everybody does it, so everybody can enjoy afterwards
Yeah.
together.
Yes. We're all doing it. So it's short time. We are all doing it. Yes. Yes.
Exactly. And then
Yes.
it's playtime for everybody.
That's right. That's a little harder for us as parents, but yeah, that's for sure. Time after. Yeah, yeah. It really starts from small, training our children to do the right
Hmm.
thing. Yeah, Saturday mornings we do that. Everybody's cleaning. So, because hey, it's not just for some people, it's for everybody. This is what we do. We clean, so it is important to train them from small that it's no one person has to make tea or make breakfast or even some little things I do with my children. My son, I say, hey, carry your sister's plate to the table, you know come on, clean up after them, so they learn to clean up after each other rather than
Hmm.
just one person
Or for
cleaning up.
themselves. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So that definitely needs to happen some more.
Yeah, definitely. No, I totally agree. And that would avoid as well that difference, you know.
Hmm.
And as I was saying to you, for example, now in Europe, um, the woman works
Hmm.
and the man stays at home and looks after the babies. That happens too.
Wow.
So why
Yes.
not? Why not? That's a choice, you know. And
Yeah.
I've got some friends here that are expats. She's got the job. He hasn't got a job. He looks after the kids.
Yes. Yes. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
No, no.
There's
So
absolutely nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Which brings, oh my gosh, this topic here. Oh my goodness. because because even in terms of that, we as women need to be careful because we put those gender biases as well, where if it is that the man cannot provide and we can, oh, he's good for nothing because he can't provide. But if it is that he's taking care of the family whilst you go out and provide, then you can't play down his role because you were doing it too and nobody
yeah,
down for you. So it really is something where we have to make sure that we don't pull down men for doing
hmm,
the same thing that we were doing. Uh,
exactly. And sometimes it's easier to go to work than to look after the kids.
yes.
So I always think, oh God, it's so nice, when somebody is saying, oh no, I look after the kids, so no worries, and it's just like, oh wow, so I go to work and it's fine, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes. I used to say, when it is that you do work, you see progress. You see
Mm-hmm.
progress in terms of, okay, I've achieved a goal. You know, if it is that it is in coaching, you see progress with the individual because this is what you're doing in terms of working, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, when it comes to housework, Isabel, and taking care of children, you clean now, and then 10 minutes later,
Yeah.
the place is 10 times worse.
Exactly.
That's, you don't, especially someone who is very goal oriented like me. It's like, what am I doing?
I know, and it's in a way it's not even rewarded because people see it as normal, you know.
Yes.
But it's not. I mean, all the time you spend, and even to educate kids, you know, it's such a fantastic job, but we don't see it that way.
No. Yeah. Yeah. It is. It is very satisfying.
Uh-huh, definitely. So yeah, really I encourage to communicate as much as possible in the as a couple and support each other for
Awesome.
all the dreams and to have goals in common and have separate goals as well. So
That's right. That's right. So, Isabel, in terms of on your journey to where you are now, I'm sure that you would have come across some challenges. What are some of the challenges that you faced in terms of getting to where you are now, in terms of your purpose and so forth?
well, sometimes it's obviously because of the lockdown and I can't organize events in a room, right? It's
Right.
getting more and more difficult. But we are very, very lucky. Look, you're in Trinidad, I'm in Ecuador, and we can have a chat, you know. And we've got
Yes.
people watching us from all over the world, so that's fantastic. So the challenge is really getting clients in a way through internet because it's easier when you meet them. You get more
Right.
connection, right? So
Yes.
that's just challenge. But what I would say, and I think that's something all entrepreneur has to do, is to be consistent,
Hmm.
right? To do it step by step,
Right.
looking at different options. You know,
Yes.
sometimes, well, changing glasses and just think, okay, I didn't see it from that point of view, and I'm
Right.
going to try something else.
Yes.
Um, and when we actually get stuck, or we've got doubts, or not motivated, go back to your why. Why did you start that?
That's
Why
right.
did you start this company? Why? How did you feel when you get your first clients? How did you feel when you got, I don't know, a supplier helping you? When you export somewhere, you know?
Right. Right. Right.
Go back to that and just think, well, if I felt that good, I can again feel that good. Carry on.
Right. Because there could be so many challenges, you know, in terms of trying to get to where you are at, and you highlighted even the challenge with in terms of COVID-19, and you know, in terms of clients and so forth, and you know, being able to interact with clients, and it's one of the things that you know I miss in terms of that face to face, that
Yes.
personal thing, you know, it says so much. Because Isabel, we have, this is the second time we're in sessions like this. I don't even know if you're taller than I am. You know, I you
Well,
don't yeah,
I'm
most
not
of the
that
people
tall.
are.
But it's true. It's true. It's
Mhm.
the connection because okay, and you know, as a coach, it's not only the words. You know,
Right.
it's like all the non-verbal language.
Yes.
And when we're not together and physically, we don't see that. We don't. I mean, you can see that I'm using my hands sometimes because I'm on
Right.
the screen. You know, and the camera is just at my eye
Hmm.
level.
Yes.
So, and things as a coach, we can identify, you know,
Hmm.
if I move my hands or, so yeah, it makes it more difficult. It's true.
That's right. If your client is crying, you can't hand them a napkin. you know.
exactly.
You just have to look at them cry and say,
Uh-huh. And give them
yeah,
a hug like that, saying, "Oh, I'm here with you," but they don't feel it.
exactly, exactly. So there are some disadvantages to it, in terms of that personal aspect, that, personal touch to coaching. I can see how that can be a challenge, in terms of uh doing what it is that you do. But what has
Mhm.
been your motivation on this journey? How do you keep yourself motivated daily? How do you motivate yourself?
Well, I motivate myself because I like what I do, because
Right.
I know, because of the clients, the feedback I had, I've helped ladies and women to go further, and even some ladies expat here wanting to know, shall I stay here or shall I go back to my country? So getting that clarity, uh, and uh, and the motivation is just like, I want to make a difference. I want to help women. So I get up in the morning and I'm just like, okay, what are you going to do? Just like a little stone on top of the wall, to make it
Mhm.
grow as a person and as a business. What can I do next?
Right.
Every day. So you've been on my talk show. So I think about my talk show and I'm just like, what are we going to talk about next time, or who should I invite, because they could inspire my clients and inspire the world, because I've got my YouTube channel as well.
Right.
And that really motivates me, motivating me as well to organize that summit I'm organizing for the 26th of January,
Awesome.
uh, because I want to help women to be more aware of the beauty they have inside.
That's right.
So that's what motivates me every day.
Yes. Wow. You are a pot of gold, Isabel.
Thanks very much.
So what advice would you give to upcoming entrepreneurs on their journey to success? What advice would you give, to persons who are coming up and struggling? What would you tell them?
Well, as we were talking, make a list of why they started, right?
Right.
Why did you start that journey, really, right?
Hmm.
Be constant, right? Have a plan. Don't put too much pressure on yourself, but every day do something and reward yourself when you do something big. Because we tend to look at what we do wrong. But why
Hmm.
not see it in a different way? Just say, okay, today I've managed to do that and I'm happy, well done, right? Okay, I might not have achieved all the list, but
Hmm.
maybe I did a third and I did like half of it. But everything is a reward. Everything is one step forward to success. So
Wow.
carry on constantly. And if you've got doubts, as I said, go back to your why. And sometimes I would even say, stay in a room, silence, or maybe music if you want, and just visualize yourself being successful. Feel it, right? Feel that you've achieved it. And when you've got doubts, go back to that, and you will go back to um, getting that motivation you lacked probably 10 minutes ago, and just think, I know I can do it because I felt it. Let's go.
Right.
Let's do it.
Wow. Wow. I can't remember his name. The owner of Fubu. He's one of the persons on Shark Tank. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember his name. But he was saying recently that the last thing he does before he goes to sleep is he reads all of his goals, all the things that he wants to achieve, and the first thing when he wakes up is he will reread them again to just internalize them. He was saying that watching TV until he goes to sleep messes with his head too much. So he would make sure the last thing before he goes to sleep is internalize his goals. And then the first thing when he gets up is to read them again. And that is what he thinks about as he's sleeping. He
Yes.
wakes up with that in his mind, that hey, this is what I want to go, this is my success, this is what my dreams, and so forth. Yes. Oh, why can't I remember his name?
It's okay, but it's true. It's true
Yes.
because your mind will stay with that list in a way. And during the night, because our mind will
Yes.
carries on working,
Yes.
uh, well, that will probably be integrated, and it's a way as well to manifest.
That's right. That's right. It starts in
So,
your mind. It starts in your mind. So
uh-huh,
if it is that you start to believe it up here, then you're
uh-huh,
one step closer to success. If it
exactly.
is, yeah. So once you start to believe it, so yeah, that is awesome. Yeah.
So yeah, some tips. So visualize it and read it and read your list of goals every night and every morning. So
Yes.
you get the mind working on it and the
Mm-hmm.
feeling with
Yeah.
the visualization. And
Yes.
then you can always go back to it.
That's right. That's right. I'm just here glancing to see if I see his names. I'll just put in the chat the name of the person when I find it. But I think everybody knows when I talk about the owner of Fubu and the guy from Shark Tank, who I'm talking about. Yes. Isabel, I heard you mention a couple of times concerning um, something that you're having in January. Can you share a bit about what it is, so that in case our viewers want to be a part of it?
Okay. In January, we are organizing a summit where I'm going to invite, well, we are two of us, Lisa and myself. We're inviting three coaches, one about embodiment, the other one is a spiritual coach,
Mm-hmm.
and the third one is more about transformation life coach.
Right.
And the three of them will give us a presentation, probably between 30 minutes, 45 minutes, on different topics. So embodiment will be the relationship with the feeling and the body, and because sometimes we don't listen to our body.
That's
The
right.
body will say something to you, and until you get sick, that's when you actually take notice,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So different topics, and actually I will publish in my Facebook, Isabel Nanning, so soon, beginning of January. So you can reach me, and you can register, and that will be obviously virtual. And we've got somebody as well coming from Kenya, and yes, she's a healing coach. She's fantastic, and I worked with her separately on another summit, and that's it. You see, so we really want to help. And in that case, it's not going to be only ladies, because I invite men as well to join. So people can be aware, and we want them to think and to make the decision if they want to actually change or not. Right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Last time we did a summit, and I talked about self-compassion, for example, because we are not that good on self-compassion. We are compassionate with others, but not with ourselves.
That's
So,
true.
so that's it. So, and I love it because we get people from all over the world, and we exchange, and it's just a way to let people and hopefully change their lives for the best.
Right. Right. Yeah. That is something with Isabel. She interviews persons from all over the world, from Africa, China, all over, right? So
Yes.
Europe, everywhere. So it's really, when she says persons from all over the world will be tuned in, all over the world will be in, listening, and so forth. So it isn't something that we want to. Don't miss it. Don't miss this. I know that Isabel, based on what we've heard tonight, we know that she's just desires to help help people, help women especially to fulfill their dreams, to fulfill their goals. So Isabel, it was truly a pleasure spending the past 55 minutes with you.
Wow, that was fantastic. Time flies, when you're having
Time
fun.
flies when you're having fun. Yes, and I learned a lot tonight. I learned about what's the term again? Like I've just forgotten everything. What's my name?
When we were talking about emotional blackmail.
Emotional blackmail. That was really something. Had me reflecting on the different ways persons have truly experienced that. So I really want to thank you for coming on, for accepting the invitation, to be here on Journey to Success. And I hope that, as you continue to empower women, that your coaching business will be successful and impacting women all over the world. You have a lot to offer, Isabel. So I really, really appreciate you being on here tonight.
Thank you very much, Cherise, and thank you very much to our audience. Because it's the last show in the year, I wish you a happy holiday and happy New Year, and maybe see you next year. But enjoy, enjoy, enjoy.
Yes, awesome. And all Isabel's information is in the chat. All right, it's in the comment section, so you can get Isabel's WhatsApp. You'll get her Facebook page, YouTube, Instagram, everything, Skype and all. It's all there for you. If you need to contact Isabel, if you're a woman who's going through some stuff and you would like to contact Isabel, feel free to contact her using the information there. Set up an appointment, because we want to see a woman to get that freedom to make their choice. Yeah,
Exactly.
get that freedom to make their choice. So thank you all for joining. Merry Christmas for when it comes, and all the best for 2022. Start to set your goals, your objectives. Make sure it's in line with your why. Make sure it's in alignment with what it is you want to do in your life. Maybe I do something on goal setting a bit later on. Maybe if I can find some time to do something like that. But just want you to just be the best you can be in 2022. So God bless you all. Have a wonderful evening. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.